Welcome to the Anime Sensei channel. When it comes to stories, there are certain cases where a main character has to go through an extreme form of humiliation. In the moment, it can be a disheartening experience, but it can also become one of their character-defining moments. In this video, we're going to talk about such anime, hence the title, Top 10 Anime, where the weak MC is humiliated but returns overpowered. But before that, have you ever wanted to play one of the open-world, massively multiplayer online RPGs that we often see in isekai anime? Well, I have just the right one for you. Created by the developers of XL Games, and based off of a famous Korean light novel called Moonlight Sculptor, there's a famous game story of the same name. It's an experience that requires your total immersion. Live this adventure, go to tournaments, compete with other champions, claim your crown, earn epic rewards. And this is just the beginning. There's a grand entrance, and from there on out, you get to experience several different kinds of dungeons, full of adventure and exploration. You'll have to defeat the adversaries and take down the big boss to clear such dungeons. All in all, this massively multiplayer online RPG lets you follow your own pace as you continue to explore, take treasures, and get stronger through gaining more and more EXP. You can do whatever you want. You can master your craft, make your own weapons, collect sculptors, decorate your home, cook some food for buffs, go fishing, get yourself a pet, find companions, and go on a journey with them. Plus, you can also use the sleep mode to gain EXP and loot as you sleep. Not to mention, if you pre-register now, you get exclusive skins for your character, as well as other items and benefits that will greatly elevate the experience of playing this massively multiplayer online RPG. Pre-registration ends May 24th, so it's important to use my or our referral link to register, as well as pre-registering on Google Play or the App Store by searching for Moonlight Sculptor if you don't want to miss out on the rewards. Check out the link. It'll be down in the description box. Now, shall we begin? Make sure you have pressed that like button. Well then. The first one on our list is Tiger and Bunny. Despite being so less known among the anime community, Tiger and Bunny remains one of the most popular anime in Japan. The first season is 25 episodes long. There's a recap movie and a sequel movie. Then there's the second season, which is scheduled to come out in the year 2022. The story takes place in an unusual city where there are those with a special ability called Next. There's a certain group that fulfills the purpose of being a hero figure. It also frequently shows up on TV and is shown to take down bad guys. They do so and earn hero points in order to become the king of heroes. As for the main character, he's a veteran hero named Wild Tiger, but his performance has been less than satisfactory as of late. And it's mostly because he's often unable to properly connect with other heroes. At one point, other heroes outperform him by a very great margin, and thus he's then placed with a new hero named Bunny, or rather forcibly named Bunny. The two of them are like polar opposites, but as they say, it's the opposites that create a chemical reaction. Tower of God. The first one of 3 webtoons that got an anime adaptation last year. Tower of God is an anime that puts a strong emphasis on world building, and the intrinsic sense of mystery is a part of its appeal. There's a tower that is almost comparable to the size of a planet much bigger than Earth, and the story follows a group of characters whose goal is to aim and reach the highest inhabited floor. Whoever can do so will be able to attain whatever they desire, be it wealth, fame, authority, or something even grander. Those who are chosen by the tower are regulars, and those who come from outside the tower are called irregulars. The main character, Bam, happens to be one such irregular. And even though the story in the anime is still in its earliest stages, if you check out the webtoon, you'll see just how much more there is to Tower of God. Punchline. Punchline starts with a bus hijacking, where the main character's soul gets separated from his body, and soon enough, he finds himself in the care of a cat spirit. Now he just wanders around in this new residence trying to find his body, and he also comes across several interesting individuals. There's a genius inventor, a cheerful idol, a shut-in NEET, and a spirit medium. Now, here's where the plot happens. The main character, Yuta, accidentally catches a glimpse of the idol's panties, and in doing so, he comes to the realization that every time he looks at someone's panties, he becomes stronger. And if he ever goes overboard, he will destroy the world by causing an asteroid to come down and crush the planet. Hero Man. There's a boy named Joey who lives in a prestigious city and frequently helps at his grandmother's coffee shop. As you can expect, his family is financially burdened, and because of that, he also gets bullied at school, though he never lets it get to him. He's a huge robot enthusiast, and that's why he wants a robot called Heybro. Fortunately, one day, he and his friends come across a Heybro that was probably wrecked by some rich kids. Joey takes it and even repairs it. After he's done, he names the robot Hero Man. But then something interesting happens. A light strikes the robot, and he suddenly becomes conscious. Not only that, he also grows in size. What do these sudden turns of events mean? And how will Joey's life change from here on out? Tate no Yusha no Nariagari, the rise of the shield hero. Getting isekai to a fantasy world isn't a bad dream. In fact, it's quite wonderful. But for the young 20-year-old college student named Naofumi, this ends up becoming the most tragic experience he's ever had. At least, that's how it starts. He's summoned to a fantasy world together with a few more young'uns like him, and they're from alternate Japans. All of them are given their weapons, but the shield hero is discriminated against. Naofumi still bears it and hopes to go on an adventure with his new companion. If he can do that, he doesn't mind the hate at all. Little did he know, this is going to end in the worst possible way. Since the second and third seasons of this anime have already been confirmed and are on the way, you should definitely check it out. You'll have a lot to look forward to. Boku no Hero Academia. Unless you've just discovered the word anime, you probably already know about My Hero Academia. It has been topping popularity charts ever since it first came out, and both the anime and the manga are still very popular. The story follows a talentless kid named Izuku Midoriya, who was born in a world where 80% of the human population has some kind of an uncanny ability. He wants to become a hero, but he's quirkless, and because of that, he always continues to get bullied. However, after an unprecedented encounter with the world's #1 hero, Midoriya's life changes, and he now has a way of becoming the world's #1 hero. Megalobox. Megalobox is a popular boxing anime from the year 2018, and its sequel is currently ongoing. Not to mention, the second season is getting even more praise from the viewers. So, what's it about? There's this evolved form of boxing where the combatants are supposed to wear metal frames called gears. This in turn scales their speed and powers, making the match all the more intense. Now, there's a man that goes by the title Junk Dog. He despises following others as he considers it cowardly. But after he suffers a grave loss in a boxing ring, he knows what he must overcome, and for that, he's now ready to fight. As an action anime, Megalobox hypes you up just fine. Kwanji Fashi. This is a 4-season-long series, and the episodes are relatively shorter. It's 18 minutes per episode. The story revolves around a considerably antisocial student named Mofan. Things happen, and he ends up in a fantasy world. The thing that surprises him about this world is how it centers around the idea of magic instead of science. There are certain schools which prepare those with potential so that they can become proficient in the art of magic. Mofan himself is now a son of a poor laborer, and he has a sister who's crippled. So in order to help relieve his family's worries, he decides to enroll in a school. One day, he will definitely repay his father for everything he's done for him. From there on out, it doesn't take him long to get admitted in one of these schools. But because he has a poor family background, he soon becomes the laughingstock of the entire school. Now, will Mofan be able to overcome this uncomfortable situation all by himself? Madan no Aoto Vanadis, Lord Marksman and Vanadis. This story takes place in a fantasy world where there's a war between two countries, and it's going stronger and stronger. One of these countries has 7 regions that are ruled by war maidens. One of those war maidens launches an attack on the neighboring country of Brune. She wipes out the entire army of a young archer and then asks him to join her. Now, how shall this unusual alliance proceed? This anime is about adventure, conflict, war strategies, and tactics. It puts emphasis on female characters, and you'll be surprised at just how beautiful they can sometimes be. Huanji Gaosho. This is another Chinese anime. The main character, Ye Shui, is a ridiculously strong player of a multiplayer RPG game called Glory. He's made a name for himself, but becoming too strong often has its drawbacks. He eventually retires from the game and ends up taking a part-time job at an internet cafe. But soon enough, he comes to the realization that the game has launched another server. He decides to give it a go, but this time, he won't be using the same username. He changes his identity to a new name called Lord Grimm. And as you can expect, as soon as he enters the game, it doesn't even take him remotely long to make a strong impression on other players. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and found something that you haven't watched yet. Now, make sure you like this video and share your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you're new to the channel, you should consider turning that red subscribe button gray. I post regular content multiple times a week. Also, before you go, I just want to let you know that I have an anime rap channel called Sensei Beats. You can find a ton of raps about some of your favorite characters like Zoro from One Piece, Lee from Naruto, Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling, and a few dozen other genuinely remarkable characters like them. There are frequent additions to this channel, so if you're interested, do check it out. Well then, see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay safe and watch anime.